I like making pocket altars where you can swap out the images. So in this case, right, you could take that out and put a different image in there. And the way I've started doing this is with like these little tabs, like these sort of old-fashioned photo album tabs, and then you just pop your picture in and take it out. So I thought I would show you how I sew in the tabs. Use pearl cotton. So either this is a brand you'll see a lot at the store, or you can, really just anything. Just make sure that pearl cotton is nice. You could probably use embroidery floss. I feel like it won't be quite as strong in the long run because there is going to be some pressure on these tabs. Every time you take it in and out, there's a little pressure on there. So I just take a piece that's about 8 or 9 inches long, and then thread it through a needle, and don't knot it or anything. And then you go to your altar, and I do them about 1/4 of an inch from the corner. With my zigzag stitch, I can just sort of count out a number of zigzags. So I go 3 in, come up from the back, and leave a long tail on it. You're going to tie that later. And then go diagonal. I just count 3 in and go all the way through. And then on this back side, I'm going to do like a locking stitch to trap the thread. I'll do 2 of these. So I'm taking just a little nick of that back piece of the felt. If you're using fabric, you'll just make sure you don't go all the way through. And then you don't pull it all the way through. You're going to use that loop and kind of put your needle through the loop so that you're trapping the thread in that loop. It's sort of like a little knot, not really a knot. And you do a second one right next to it. Again, don't pull it all the way through. Go through that loop and then pull it taut. And then you'll go back through very close to where that original stitch was. You're going to come up from the back, not through the same hole, but very near to it. And then cross over the same, not through that same hole that you started with, but very near to it. Okay, and you'll take the needle out. And here's where I use just a note card to sort of, I don't know, it helps get the tension right. So I pop the note card in there, turn this over, and I'm going to tie these 2 pieces of thread together. I do a square knot. And at this point, you do want to make sure that's taut. You don't want it so tight that you're buckling the fabric over, but I do check the other side, make sure it's nice and flat there, that it's not loose. Finish your square knot, making sure it's still pretty taut. Then you'll just thread that the remaining edges here, and I'm going to do locking stitches again, the same stitch you did on this edge. I'm going to do that with both of these on the other side to lock them down. So I did 2 lock stitches there, and then I'm just going to sort of sew in that end. I just move it back through, and I hope you can see I am not going all the way through the fabric. We're just going against the back side, and the tension of that fabric with this thread will help hold that end in, and then just trim it off. And you do 4 of those on each of the panels that you want to be able to swap out. So 1 on each corner, and that's how you do it.